Asembe badabi Kofi Oduro wakan ho bi apagya wase de.
No! These boys must be arrested. These boys must be prosecuted.
Eti sa LGBTQ no yemran sha bedwafo emubi omo nipa num omo ka bo mu a omo ye bill a say bill no ekun etia LGBTQ no na abra omo de bill no ekoto parliament say obia enhwemu enkabi no parliamentarians ni na nipa ba kompo ansore ankase ntia bill no enti omo pass bill no and a bill na koda I was a bill no koda omampanyi enim no sign it we say bill bia so omampanyi amfa ne nsan anto so a enti menye adwuma enti ansa na ombetimi e de akọ na obi e call Supreme Court ko file injunction say or file injunction say ma speaker and fa bill numponko president.
Tell His Excellency the President, Parliament is bringing another application of the anti-LGBT bill. Your Excellency, it's your turn now to sign the bill.
President Mahama has been clear that he will sign that bill, and he has no option than to sign that bill. President Mahama will know no peace from Sam George until he signs that bill. And he himself has said that to the clergy, that as a Christian, as a member of the Assemblies of God Church,
eti Kofi Oduro na Trumu Trumu nsem na no mrante free South Africa na mba Ghana na omadwene po nyina ne se omo be kire Ghana fo se LGBTQ community plus no Ghana so ombe force ye ama yadiato. Now me track wo hwe video, in fact from Independence Square eko yako brigades eko kofodia. Now ti one kasa ti boys na some can say.
In our previous videos you saw us showing Ghana love, and today we're taking you to two of the most important and most emotional locations on the strip. The first one is Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park. This is where Ghana's very first president stood in 1957 and declared the country's independence, making it the first sub-Saharan African country to break free from colonial rule. Kwame Nkrumah believed that true freedom wasn't just political, it needed to be economic, cultural, and for every African everywhere. And that's why we are here, to remind the world that queer freedom is African freedom too. There's power in standing here on the same ground where liberation was declared, and today we stand for the freedom of queer people across the continent, because love needs no permission and no one should fight for the right to exist. Next up, as a fort, and honestly this one was heavy. The fort was once a holding site for enslaved Africans. People were kept here in cramped dark dungeons before being shipped across the Atlantic, and after the slave trade ended it became a prison under the British rule. Today it stands as a reminder of the people who were oppressed and erased for who they were, and in many felt unsafe moments we felt unwanted, but we also felt seen and proud and grateful. Being queer in Africa comes with a different kind of weight, but it also comes with so much power. And on this trip, we used that power to love bomb every place we stepped in, to claim joy where it wasn't expected, and to leave traces of queer love where it's so often erased. We came here to show Ghana love, and in return, it taught us about resilience, about history, and about the quiet rebellion that comes with simply existing as yourself. This might be the end of the trip, but it's not the end of the work. No pride for some of us without liberation for all of us. Hashtag so Ghana love.
Sakesi eye Trumu to semi wonim say the NDC and the politics John Mahama Sam George Speaker Babin womu nyina eye say ye ba ye be community say 6 months womu ntimi nyahwe. In fact yentie Speaker Babin na sem wo kan ye afa ni aba Kofi Oduro so ebe pagya wo hase tie Speaker Babin.
I'm a Catholic and pro-life. I will not do anything that will end the world, because God says the world is eternal until he comes back. We cannot do that to end the world. They have the repercussions in their country. And I can tell you that in the next 50 years, there will be no indigenous European in the world. In the next 20 years, the whole of France will be a Muslim country. Mark it. I may not be alive, because they don't produce to replace. The fertility rate in Europe now is 1.3. In fact, the first country to perish is Greece. It's 1.1. I don't want Ghana to be extinct. I want Ghana to continue to survive. And I won't allow anything to stop us from doing that. I told them that this meeting, it will be considered. And inshallah, we want to pass it this meeting. It's coming out in a form that I don't believe that people...
Now, tie Ghana for ade no one say NDC at their trop and the politics every day. When we used to say na do no wahye da say on pese na obema opese wo Trumu Trumu na okay obekika nsam no na one guy your friend Sam George sakwawi on say when you did this na me my president in your peace me money in your peace no odwane no a wo de so kai sasen we
how to do this. You think they are just doing it kwa? The LGBTQ community has money they are throwing around. You think the Australian High Commissioner who is walking around took bicycle to my constituency and was misbehaving? When I gave it to him on social media, I went and deleted the pictures. In Canada, I get J1 year, my gila my name, let them chebana.
But you can't do that. You can't.
I can't do what?
You can't beat him.
Why can't I beat him?
Why would you?
If he decides not to behave like a diplomat, I would treat him like a non-diplomat, because a diplomat has signed up. There's letters of credence says he will respect the laws of Ghana. The laws of Ghana do not allow you to do homosexuality. Then you with your two left legs, you leave Australia and come to Ghana to come and redeem your image. Do you know his career? The Australian ambassador. Follow his career. He's somebody who doesn't know his identity and has come to Ghana here to try and find reinvent himself, and then wants to now come and dictate to us here in Ghana, Kwame Nkrumah's Ghana, that we must legalize supi. Here, fle. Can he go to Saudi Arabia? Can he go to Saudi Arabia and go and tell the Saudi crown prince that because he's an Australian aborigine, he's the descendants of riffraffs from England, though. They were sent there. He cannot come here and come and tell us. You look at
Robert Sikan Sunidi. Until Nasa or the Abaron. Onyan Kwasia Sika, Nasa no. Duncan William. Onyan Kwasia Sika, Nasa no. Yes. Onyanipa Bunifaswa. Say ya no behave. Na ye no bet na kroma obabo unsam. Onya sika krono sika bia na chese ayeye nunu onya nipa bu na faso na saa no mo so de asa we agina mo a na onya krono sika.
Sam George dwedwedwa na numu no ad enumdwa entonam no asem we ba ya saa manante free South Africa na wo tisi Ghana ye chese ye nimu nyam places ene wo ko ya ho no wo fifi wo ma no kire Ghana for say ye ni say ye kura no kufi and Sam George Ghana for man pressure. She has some what to us, whatever. Almost some what or chili say. I will nam voter rich PP on Okana dear. What is a Ghana for mu ye day? Let's say you ask what can you pay no. Namu ye day. Na say ye Pibiaka yanko friend and ato. So one pass alone. One yambran one tomb. Na waja hoko. Iti one wasad why you for fraud ya command president. Then I just walk anymore. Na Kofi Oduro say yanko Kofi Oduro chairman yanko Kofi Oduro wose de Kofi Oduro wose de wose Mahama wona waban woso che wo mutum ne enhwe brade Mahama waban de woso Kofi Oduro say che wo mutum tie
My heart really broke seriously when on Monday our internets were blasted with pictures from our Independence Act. Gays have invaded our space. You can see these two boys came from South Africa and they stood before the Independence Act of God and desecrated it. Now I want to, you see Ghana, the interesting thing why I want to, they even moved to the Independence Square of Ghana. Yeah, the grounds where independence was proclaimed. They went there to desecrate that. Let me give you a very good story. Whilst I was in the United States government knows that Kofi Oduro is there. That is how sharp the system is. Yeah, if if my brother leaves the Netherlands and comes to Accra, listen, and then comes to Accra and apply for a Ghana card in Accra, the system in the Netherlands know that my brother has come to Ghana to apply for a Ghana card. The moment he does that, the Netherlands will begin the process to reclaim that citizenship from him, because he wants a citizenship of another country. Yeah, you can't say that I am a Ghanaian Dutch, but I'm coming to get citizenship here in Ghana and nobody will know. The Dutch government has eyes on every citizen. So I want to ask the question, how come that Ghana didn't know that these boys were here? How come that Ghana didn't know that these boys had entered into our country? They went to the Independence Act of Ghana. Do you think that I can go to the White House and enter? I went to the United States, didn't have the opportunity to enter the White House. We stood there, security was too tight. Speaking to police officers, I was asking them, if somebody wants to enter, how do they enter? He smiled. He knew that I didn't know maybe they are free. Because you don't come here looking for that. Then he went to the processes, how you will need to get an appointment and what is your business, why do you want to come, and all that kind of thing. Anybody can come in and go out. Why can a nation that is called by money be so flawed? How can that nation be so flawed that we become a place for narcotic drugs? Since General Manti took over the narcotics, look at the number of arrests that have been made. Do you know that last week we arrested 3.5 tons of cocaine in this Ghana? Woman named Sama Masorene Masofuono. By now, Moses called Beponeso no more catching. Let the church sleep and be a toothless bulldog. Woman ya akrame muwa won't be boom no money down. Let wickedness be on the rampage. I'm called South Africa, and I went to Pretoria, the seat of government, and I went with my gay partner. Do you think that I will return freely back to this country? Ghana, Ade. How? To go back to Deuteronomy chapter, then in verse number 21, he said, then in verse number 29, he made a submission in the word of the Lord. Please, the scripture, please. Yeah, the Bible said, and that they were, if they were, go to verse 28, send it into my language. Also, my way for to abo. Yeah. A foot to abo. He goes to verse number 29. The Bible says, Swama yansa fuanka wama betiasi. And a woman who monsu and gombe who were chile manase or we chile. Nunya mekura wo a system wa obi jimia opuno obi jimia otimi prano obi jimia otimi taneto. Diana, what is wrong with you? And I'm not talking to parliament to make some nice discourse, Mr. Speaker. No, these boys must be arrested. These boys must be prosecuted. Their last 2 years, as I say, another, Kushini boy of America came to the Jubilee House and desecrated the Jubilee House. Stood in front of the coat of arms. Akwawe bisanese oti America wako White House dana. Asiyamaya yenwene Now they came to shoot a music video at the seat of government. I want to tell His Excellency the President, Parliament is bringing another application of the anti-LGBT bill. Your Excellency, it's your turn now to sign the bill. It's your turn now, Your Excellency. Put your hand and your signature. Let gay be a crime in Ghana. Ubifa will be Trumu Trumu. Ubifa will be Ebeda. When you arrive in Malaysia at the airport, there are a set of rules printed big, and they tell you, Bema fa Bema, yeah. You still, we cut off your hand. You go to people's territory, you trespass, we cut off your leg. Do you understand these rules? If you say no, they get you an interpreter. If they ask the question, do you understand the rules? You said no, they put you back on the plane and ship you back to where you're coming from. You are not even allowed entry. Ghana, you free. China fukuta Ghana passport, Ghana card. I don't get it. Where our system, something is wrong. What is wrong with us? What is wrong with an altar? When we come to church, it is not only heaven I'm teaching you. Deny yourself. I'm showing the way of salvation. Unu Kristo no unkwaji akwaya onisi abonten enye yie otobo legu abonten enye yie owia ninua enye yie obokro no enye yie odia dansi kurumu enye yie. This is why it's an indictment for everybody on the pulpit. Yeah, what Ghanaska, Omo Mema Omo Ghana appointment no Ome Diska Kidikina altar so preaching. It's an indictment on the church. Yes, wasafo eyenimguasia demaye. Say ye won crofo de wo madwene e bokro no wo mu wie no matambabro no mu preach kire. Mamenga asamunchiro. Eda memane, you don't have to come here. Eda mefad ye yemfa, you don't need to be sitting here. Eda, I will break the hedge. You don't need to follow error. No. Uba na mawari mienu asori we enya waso. Uba na meni asori mawo asori we enya waso. Truth is truth. Sin is sin. Wickedness is wickedness. Righteousness is righteousness exalts a nation. Sin is a reproach to any people. And since the Honorable Deputy Minister of Education is the Honorable, you know I love you with all my heart, no strings attached. Please carry our humble message to the government. We are asking His Excellency, let the system work. The looseness is too much. We are not only looking for a better economy, we are also looking for a system that works, is functional. It works. It's functional. Yeah. We opa American Mjina Ameto Tono say, I can assure you, say, Mimpom. They say, what is your deportemia? A Kofi Oduro. Nothing. Omon chema unwi. Yanu ye to be kekemu ya. Omon chema unwi. Whilst I'm speaking, maybe I've answered my United Kingdom. Now make the research many or hidden Kasa Meche. Won't you the United Kingdom will be preaching a come one as a game? Sometimes it makes me, when I'm talking like this and I have church members who are part of the system, it breaks my heart. I have police officers here, I have army officers here, I have teachers here, I have nurses here, and it breaks my heart. You know, sometimes I'm speaking about a group of people, but that group of people, you know, you don't know how to, you know, separate, segregate my people from the group. Anyway, no choose back. Now you're quiet. Yeah. But as a moment you be your party. A dear dream in the womb. Kolebum penny ho. Party me and na betinagana so for whatever. And penny ho. Sane bonkanale. Empa and wire nache. Go to 37 right now. They will tell you there are no beds. And none was your dreaming. Now you decrease so no ayenya no. Esi shisha ye mind. Enya wo party no fa wo party phone no. Ne kwanya me ne wo ye betimi aya asase so nchene. Eni wiase kania. Wo party ni nto ma sorry ape baby foforo ne ko. But no kure ne die eno na meka wa ha. Asi against I just Kwasi against at that time kwasi against she would trim and I'm a party. That's what time a party. That's when I'm a party for. That's what time a party. And your day you party in the Baba power.
Eti Ghanafo Kofi Oduro no wakasa wa chechire mu a wadwane no bebre so ho yenhwe se na bai but say Kofi Oduro wakasa no wo se de wono ka kire Ghanafo say one obi ntimi mfri Netherlands ye dual citizen Ghana. I mean enya no kore countries nyina no ewo wo nyina wo dual citizenship afei all ye no say strategically or play politics. Inti watchena na be wura tese say obeka NDC aban na sem eye ne denen Kofi Oduro chese asofo we mu fis wo mu adwen kese no wo yes na wo titi aso dem na hey no mo budget so cha wo nsem wada he Ghana you asem bonopo but Kofi Oduro woni mo hwemra me di video bi kira hwe emrante no wo obi na de wo ba no mo kira de wo nyewu hwe omko yi stay
o memu ha me meti asisi emu so be ma no be make ese amfa me ho because me ni me bia ya twa Ghana ha na me ni police ni obetimi akwachi obi so mo mayen hyehye mra no yen ne ye parliamentarians na yen meti ha na Akufo Addo opese oja ade no Mahama no odwane na Akufo Addo mabo Akufo Addo echia sesei
oja ma no odwane
yesei mesume ye den mesume hye movie enti no mitumi metra ha ame me yete say afi de ye ja ade no ho asem ka da bi yen tra wi asesa e wo say yen ye hyehye mra no yen hyehye mra no de a mo obi ba ha no be case Independence Square in the Uko Canada baby omo ayi American embassy ha ekura ya twa say yen twa photo ho
yes want be so ntwa
yen twa mo Uko Independence ya twa no kissing ya twa no two men standing
touching baby
you say no you don't have the law and so what are we crying over? Emala ye first no na be bi we bi wo ho a